I would even expand that further, Mike, to like how technology kind of affects us. And very much the modern American game is about having guaranteed experiences. That I want to buy the ticket to the thing, that I know exactly it's at 7 p.m. It will be this show. It's going to be the most fun I've ever had. We're going to go out drinking afterwards. I want to know exactly how it's going to go. I want to be in complete control of how the entire evening is going to unfold.
Now, and that sounds like the biggest creative killer. Sorry, it just does.
It's true. Well, it's a Buddhist principle of attachment. That expectation can be a very dangerous dalliance, because when you make those plans, the best laid plans of mice and men often go asunder. You make a big giant plan of a thing, and then inevitably life happens. The flight is delayed 20 minutes, or this place was closed on Mondays and you didn't realize that, so now you got to go.
It's just nonstop. That's it. That's all that constantly happens. You can
either choose to rage against that constantly or learn the life principle that is maybe trying to be illustrated, which is that the present of experiencing whatever it is that's out there could be even more fun, even more beneficial, even more positive.
Not to pat myself on the back here a little bit, but
you go right ahead, sir.
I may sound like one of these gurus that I always make fun of.
Well, please do.
but I had two particular things recently, and one of them it's easy to talk about. It was my computer, where I've been doing my project, my music.
That's right.
It just got all crazy and messed up. Like it lost its mind. Let's just put it that way.
Hey, I've been there.
It couldn't do what it couldn't function, and which it was kind of my fault. But we won't get into that.
It's not important whose fault.
That's not important. So it basically got messed up, and there was two ways to deal with that. One could be like get mad, try to do this, try whatever, just flip out. Feel bad for myself because all my stuff is on there. Luckily, I didn't lose anything. I do have stuff backed up. There might be some things that don't come back the same way because of the way things are saved and things like that. But whatever, that's just a bridge to cross. And that's kind of the point I'm making, is that I kind of went through this phase of it where I actually used it to like catapult me into. And this is what I think we're talking about, where like something happens, it's not planned. That certainly isn't what I was, planning. I was planning to finish my project on that computer. I have a good groove going on it. Sure. I got presets. I'm just doing really well. Mm-hmm. And but when it happened, I said, all right, let me use this to just clean up shop, so gonna clean up everything, gonna simplify, and then I started thinking about other parts of my life, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna take a break and just clean up everything. So then that caused me to take a break from social media. Then that caused me to even emotionally let go of a whole part of my life. It took me on this journey, that wasn't me doing that. That was being done to me and happening to me. But then when I let go and I just kind of got on that wave, it was very freeing. It was freeing. It felt new. It was different. It's not what I was planning to do. And it fed many parts of my life in a good way. That computer doing that, like I said, not patting myself on the back, but listen, I didn't always do that, I promise you. And it really turned into something good. It's gonna end up being quite a long pause. But even that's an accepting thing. Okay, well then it's going to, and then that translated into other things. There's other things in my life that I need to be more patient for. So it builds this patience muscle and this mindset that is very, very useful if you want to be content. So it helped, something like that, and even there was, a tragedy that happened, to a friend of mine, and even that situation, which was devastating. Even this all kind of worked together to kind of help me along. And it was almost like the universe was taking care of me.
Well, Mike, you can pat yourself on the back for that. I'm going to pat you on the back for that, and I don't care what anybody has to say about it, because that is a perfect illustration of exactly what we're talking about here. When you tell somebody, hey, tomorrow your computer's going to break, what person in their right mind wouldn't be like, oh, damn it, oh my, this is going to be the worst.
Especially if you got a much crap as, like work. Right. Work and important stuff to me. That was me. That was the first reaction.
And yet you allowed that process to be, dare I say, quite magical. And it does remind me of the Buddhist principle of the 2 arrows. That the first arrow is the circumstance. Your computer broke. That's not your fault. Even if it is, let's set that aside for the moment.
It was.
It's too late now. Okay, it's broken.
Because I know better. I know better.
Well, but hey, obviously in that moment you didn't. What are you doing?
Nope.
It's broken. No one cares. But the second arrow would have been you being incredibly disappointed. You saying, I'm not even going to work on anything. You being in a bad mood for the next month about it. That's the second arrow that you could have chosen.
I'm not going to do the project anymore. Listen, trust me, that all went through my head. I promise you.
Look, hey.
I'm not even going to do it anymore. I'm just going to, why do I even, the whole thing happened.
The whole game.
Why do I even, I have, why do I don't need to do music anymore. I don't have anything to prove. The whole thing. Just hang up the whole thing.
Well, when you had texted me when this originally happened, I gave you credit for being, wow, that's a very stoic mindset. And you did say, it took me a little bit to get there. The stoic guy showed up eventually.
Yeah, he was. I let him in, let's put it that way.
Yes, indeed.
I let the guy
in. But not only, again, the way that you experienced it, that based on how you just related it, was quite magical. That not only were you not discouraged and didn't stop working on the project, but you allowed it to affect you positively. By saying, maybe this is trying to show me I should clean this thing up. And then it bled over into other areas in your life. Whom amongst us can say that, my computer broke. And it actually made my life way better. It made my mind like...
it actually did.
That is quite magical, dude.